In this video, I'm going to showcase one of my Portulacaria Afra bonsai trees and show you a little bit of momentary sacrifice in order to develop long-term gains for this tree. Like in other areas of life, in bonsai, you have to make some short-term sacrifices in order to achieve a long-term vision. And so I've taken a lot of material off of it. I'll show you how the tree looked before, some of the pruning that I've done already, and of course there will be follow-up videos about this project in the future. Let's jump into the video and you guys can let me know what you think at the end. So this is how we look before today's pruning. Over the last month and a half, I've gotten a decent amount of new leaf growth, so my goal today is to remove any downward-facing branches and trim back the leaves at the growth points in order to get the tree to branch more. Before we do that though, let's rewind a month and a half, and we'll see that this tree looks a little bit different, with two main branches coming out of a relatively straight trunk. I decided to prune off one of the branches in order to create a bend in the trunk, and to clean up some of the straggly branches in the canopy. My goal with every prune is not to make the tree look better now, but to develop and shape it with future growth in mind. Coming back to the present moment, we can see we've got a decent amount of new growth on the canopy, and it's time to do a little bit of shaping. Anytime I do any pruning, I make sure to sterilize my tools ahead of time with isopropyl alcohol. Alright, if we look at this branch right here, we can see where it is already forming two new growth points a little ways down the branch. So I'm going to nip off the very end of the branch in order to cause the tree to put more energy into new growth at the branch points. And then we're going to repeat that process for all of the other branches on the whole tree. So let's do it and let's see how it looks at the end. I'm also going to prune off any awkward looking or downward growing branches so that the tree directs its energy into upward growth. And we're going to prune these little guys off while we're at it. I get so excited during this process because wherever I prune back to, a new branch will form, which creates two new growth points. So, as the tree grows from those points, the canopy will thicken and mimic more and more the appearance of a large tree in miniature form. You might notice while I'm working that there are several places along the branch with multiple growth points already. New growth points form out of a former single leaf site, and this is quite common after a hard pruning especially. Each of these growth points will form alternating sets of leaves that continue growing from that location, creating several new branches in the process. What I'm doing is pruning off the leftover single leaves in order to help the plant direct its energy into the new set of leaves. Next, I'm going to remove downward growing branches, branches growing parallel to one another, or any that just look plain awkward. And here's everything I pruned away. Let's take a look at some before and after shots, and then we're going to water and fertilize the tree to stimulate new growth. This is what I'm using for fertilizer, and I'll link it in the description. I put 3 drops to 2 cups of water for my Portulacaria Afra bonsai trees. I'm just going to squeeze the bottle all around the roots, letting it soak into the hollowed out stone that it's planted in, and the extra runoff will go into the waterproof top of the custom display table that I made for it. And by the way, I'll be posting another video soon showing exactly how I built this table, including all the tools and materials that I used. So if you'd like to see that one, make sure that you're subscribed, give the video a like, and comment, "Send me the build video!" And I'll reply with a link when it's ready. I think the end result is going to be totally worth it, but I want to know what you guys think. Was this a total butchery, or is it going to be worth it in the end? Let me know in the comments. Throw a like on the video, and if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You'll be happy if you do. And if you haven't heard me say it before, don't forget there's something magical inside of you, and it's called life. So go live it to the fullest. Hope to see you in the next video.